attitude that Mexicans have, and it's a great beginning when Fernando's film opens, and how incredible they're just waiting there, they're rehearsing, they're taking care of the baby. They might, his wife might one day go to the United States, take care of other people's babies, and still have a baby, and you know, it's incredibly emotional for me to see this movie.
One thing I have to say is that everything could have gone wrong if Pablo didn't give a whole month of thinking, you know? Because I truly believe that the same 10 shorts, putting in a different order, could have been terrible to watch. And I mean, I'm sure of that, because there is a storyteller behind us, you know, who's Pablo. And when we were watching the film, we were really scared of our film, but we were really scared of the whole thing, you know, of having to sit for 8 shorts to watch yours and say, fuck, why am I in the 8th position? And we all felt like, oh, I should be in the first. But then when we watched the whole thing, it was a film, and there was a feeling through the film, and there's an emotion that we all share, and there's a sadness behind every short that you watch that says much more than all the celebration they're doing right now in Mexico.
And briefly just to add, I believe that our perception of our own short film changed when we saw the whole thing. Rodrigo Garcia, who's not here, mentioned after we saw the film for the first time that he did not understand that his short film, which is the last one, was so sad until he saw it with the whole, after watching the other 9. So I think that's something that we all felt, and that it really gives each piece a new dimension, being in the middle of the other ones.
Okay. Thank you. Other questions? Yes, over here.
He used to be.
Rodrigo Garcia used to be a cinematographer, but he's directed a few films now. 4 films.
Just 4.
Just 4. Yes, over there on the side. This viewer says that Mexico is drenched in history, and why didn't you include that history, I guess, in any kind of period films in the ensemble?
Well, because I think it was time to sort of watch the past and build the future. And you know, we always get asked this question whether thinking about the present is a better way to lead to the future, and going back again to the images of the revolution and the history. And you know, we don't really know what happened or how it happened. Our history is a complete lie. I wouldn't be able to tell you what the revolution was all about, or whether, the big question of whether it happened or not. So it was better to actually, it was a big moment to actually work with 10 directors that we thought were sort of writing the narrative of Mexican cinema. So it had to be the present leading to the future rather than go back to the past. And who can tell us a great story of the revolution? I'm sure there's millions of great stories about that, and I'm sure tens of thousands of directors could have done that, but it was more about today. What is the revolution today? Does it really mean anything? Is it worth making a film about it or not? And that's pretty much it.
Also heading just to, I mean, the part of the revolution was this evolutionary process. It was to reinvent and to always, see forward, move forward and be progressive in our thinking. And the Mexican Revolution is very well documented. It was possibly one of the first wars that was documented. I mean, Pancho Villa made documentaries about himself. It was one of the, perhaps, one of the first. The first war that was documented. It was the first war that was documented. It was the first war, the Mexican Revolution. Just for those of you who don't know, was the first one to have an agrarian reform, even before the Bolshevik Revolution. The Mexican Revolution kind of lasted until it's still on, in a way, it's still happening. We're living a kind of revolution that was installed after the people that finally won the revolution. They institutionalized it, and it kept on going. Therefore, they created a party called the Party of the Institutionalized Revolution, and so it's a process that we had to collect our interpretation of the revolution nowadays, because that was going to be the most precious, most personal, and also kind of artistic point of view what it happened. And also, just to add, this film was financed almost fully with government money, and we had complete freedom to do whatever we wanted. There was no censorship whatsoever. We were given a really good budget, each of us, to do whatever we wanted. And Diego spent it on 3 films, flying, and going to the beach. But it was discretionary. Cleaning? Oh yeah, and cleaning his land, yeah. Which any of you can visit now, yeah. Or can Google Earth it. It's there, clean. And so that is something also to ponder, because very few countries can offer this possibility, you know. I mean, it was a really free process, and we were never, ever bothered by any single kind of like point of view of like, maybe could you try to put this, whatsoever.
I was going to mention that because truly, you know, there's so many bad things happening in our country right now. It's so sad, but I have to say, you know, 10 years ago, we didn't have this freedom of expression, and we weren't, you know, being financed by the government that we criticize. Is truly beautiful. So that's the one good thing that is happening in Mexico.